Hello everyone, welcome back to Talking History. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Liz and on this channel you know exactly what we do by now. And before we get any further in today's video, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you. We have reached 100 subscribers, which I didn't think I'd reach 10, never known 100. And I am so happy. It's still a relatively new channel and I am really happy with the way it's growing, and I just want to reach more and more history lovers like yourself. So please continue what you are doing, continue subscribing, watching, sharing, all of the good stuff, because you are all amazing and I can't thank you enough. So enough rambling. For today's video, it's going to be the third part in Henry I's illegitimate children. I have already covered Henry I's illegitimate daughters, and last week I done the video on his illegitimate daughter Juliana, and I will leave those linked up there or down there for you to watch in case you haven't seen those yet. So today's video is going to be all about Henry's illegitimate sons, and if that's something you are interested in, then please do stay tuned. So Henry I had the most illegitimate children. There was at least 22 that we know of. There could have been more. And Henry, he recognised all of his illegitimate children. And Henry had around 9 illegitimate sons. Like I said, the daughters I've already covered. So unfortunately, once again, there's just not the information there. Unfortunately, a lot of it got lost over time. Some of it just wasn't even recorded. So, but I will do the best I can with the information I've got. Same again, it's going to be from the eldest first. So first up, there is Robert, Earl of Gloucester, who is probably the most well-known out of Henry's illegitimate sons. And Robert, he played a really big important part during the anarchy, and I'm going to do a separate video all on Robert of Gloucester because he deserves it. So if you want to watch that, make sure you do subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss that future video. Next up, we have William de Tracy. Unfortunately, his mother is unknown, and again, there's just not an awful lot known about William. The only thing I could find was that he died shortly after his father in 1135. Next is Gilbert Fitzroy. Again, his mother is also unknown, and the only other information I could find was that he died after 1142. Next is Fulk Fitzroy, and his mother was possibly Ansfried, and he became a monk at Abingdon. Now next is Richard of Lincoln. Now Richard's mother was Ansfried, and Richard was also brother to Juliana. So Richard was brought up and educated by Robert Blowett. I think I pronounced that right. I probably haven't. Apologies. Who had also educated Richard's half-brother, Robert of Gloucester. So Richard had supported his father in the war with Louis VI of France, although it's unclear for when he joined the fight, but he avoided capture from French forces in 1119. Richard continued to fight his father's side at the siege of the castle of Evero. Now, Richard's last known military adventure was at the Battle of Bremule on the 20th of August, 1119. And the win, it led to King Louis accepting Richard's half-brother, William Adlin, Henry's only legitimate son and heir, as Duke of Normandy. Now, Richard became betrothed to Amice, Mace. I think I'm pronounced that well, I'm not quite sure. Apologies again. But the marriage never took place as Richard died in the White Ship disaster on the 25th of November 1120. Amiss didn't board the White Ship and she lived until 1168. She married the King's Ward, Robert de Beaumont. Next we have Reginald de Dunsterville. Now he was the first Earl of Cornwall. Now Reginald's mother was Henry's longtime mistress Sybil Corbett, and the Dunstanville in Reginald's name is from his grandmother Adeliza. Reginald married Beatrice Fitz Richard, who was a daughter of an important Cornish landowner in 1140. Now, through the marriage, Reginald became Lord of Cardinham. And in 1141, Richard, he found himself stuck in his castle at Launceston when Alan of Richmond had kind of seized the county on the command of King Stephen. They had also been an argument of some sort which got the church involved, and it was something to do with building work at Launceston Priory, which was paid by King Stephen, and they had it knocked down. So Reginald was fighting in the continent in 1135 when his father died. Now Reginald returned to England in 1138 and he was a supporter of his half-sister Empress Matilda, and she made him Earl of Cornwall in 1141. Now, Reginald, he had managed to wrestle back the power in Cornwall from Alan of Richmond when he was captured at the Battle of Lincoln. Now, Reginald also apologised to the church, which was a good thing to do back then. The church was pretty much heavily involved in everything. And Reginald didn't only serve his sister, but he also served his nephew, King Henry II. Reginald became Sheriff of Devon in 1173, where he had 5 legitimate children and 2 illegitimate children. Reginald died at Chertsey in 1175, where he was buried at Redden Abbey, where his father was also buried. Next, we have Robert Fitz Edith, who was Lord of Oakhampton, and he was born in 1093. Robert married twice. His first wife was unknown, and his second wife was Matilda de Ranches. I hope I pronounced that right, apologies. They had one daughter, also named Matilda, and Robert owned land in Devon by 1130. He sided with his half-sister Matilda during the anarchy, and Robert died around 1172. And finally, we have Henry Fitzroy. His mother was Princess Nest, and he was born after 1095. And unfortunately, that is all we have on him, as all we know is that he died in 1157. And that is all of them. That is Henry's illegitimate sons. Like I said, I'm going to do a separate video on Robert of Gloucester, and then after that we'll be leading up to the anarchy, where it would be Stephen of Blah. I'm still trying to pronounce that name properly. And I'm hoping, if you're interested enough, let me know in the comments down below if you would like me to do a separate video on the Battle of Lincoln. Because out of the whole anarchy, out of the whole 19 years, there was only one full battle, and that was the Battle of Lincoln. So if you'd like me to cover that, please do let me know in the comments below. Leave me your comments, leave me your recommendations. Let me know if you have any videos you want me to cover, because I'd love to see them. And once again, thank you so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. And just keep being you, keep being amazing. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe and everything else in between, and I will see you all next time. Take care.